All right, welcome into the show. Creative Crypto here. And guys, I've been doing a little deeper diving into the Warren transactions on the blockchain, especially from the Warren contract deployer, who is the wallet that created Warren and everything that goes along with Warren. So we're going to dive into that, and you guys can see for yourself if this is a project that you want to stick with for their layer 2, which is later down the line, which they are supposedly working on. Because I saw a video from Stunna Breezy a couple days ago saying that he would jump right back in with this same dev team for the next layer 2 project of Warren. And you might want to rethink that, my friend. You might want to rethink that because after looking through the wallets here, you guys can make up your own conclusions from after watching this video. But it's clear to me that there is some shadiness going on. All right, guys, so let's grab our magnifying glass and our Sherlock Holmes hat, and let's dive into the blockchain transactions. All right, guys, because PulseChain is a little shaky and it's not really a great explorer, it's kind of hard, so you had to download the CSV file of Warren. So this is the first contract transaction for Warren. This was the creation of the contract by this wallet. This is the wallet that we're going to be focusing on. There's so many things to dive into, but this is just what I'm going to be diving into here. But this is the wallet in question because this wallet, and I'll show you in more detail here in a sec, but this wallet had control over everything in the Warren protocol, right? So this was the creation of Warren, and then after that, not just one buy, not just two buys, but three buys into Warren first, okay? And no staking, just bought in for a bond. So that's kind of a premeditated thing here where they've already decided that they're just going to dump these at the end. Because if you were really in this for the long term, you would stake this and show, the community that you're in this for the long term with staking. But just three buys on three bonds, okay? Now, after that, a few other people got in. Now, I was watching this live when it happened in the Telegram because it just fell at a perfect time where I could be on my computer. And I literally bought in with like the first minute that it went live, okay? But you can see how front run this was. Look at all these other transactions. Okay, this is my first wallet because what I did is I made a small transaction on one wallet first to use as a referral for my second wallet, which is my bigger wallet where I would be doing my compounding. So then this wallet would get the referral rewards. But you can see I literally bought in so quick, okay? Because at the time when they launched, people were having issues in Telegram. Nobody could really buy in. I had problems with the website. So I literally bought in within the first couple minutes of it going live. But you can see how many other people were able to get in before that. Now, granted, some of these are double transactions because they're also buys and stakes. So some of them have two, but some of them are just buys. But you can see this is probably, part of their team, part of the influencers. And so there's a lot of front running there on the contract. Okay, so that's just the early transactions of Warren. So now let's dive in more deeply into the Warren dev. All right, guys, so this is the Warren dev wallet here. Okay, let's go back to the start of this wallet. So started with getting just some Pulse in to use for gas fees to do all these transactions. So the first thing, and I didn't know all this, I probably should have looked into this beforehand. This is a learning lesson for future dapps, is always investigate the deployer's wallet and track that wallet because that'll be a foretelling of what's to come and what to do. All right, so that's definitely a learning lesson for me here. So the first thing they created was the actual Warren token. Second thing they created was the Warren LP. So this is where when people bought in, when they bonded, when they staked, that went here. Okay, your wrapped Pulse and your DAI went here. So then the team, well, basically this wallet could earn from PulseX liquidity farming while your LP is sitting in the Warren protocol. Pretty smart, pretty sharp, but also a little shadiness there because just so many ways that these guys just siphon money out of here. All right, so that one was created. This contract is the one that's kind of shady, okay, because it's unverified. It really didn't do much, but at the end it did something pretty shady. I'll show you guys as well. Okay, I'm not even sure what this one does. And then finally, this is the actual Warren protocol. Okay, so you have 3 other contracts before the Warren protocol was actually created. So pretty interesting. I did not know that going in. Like I said, it's a learning lesson to look at this stuff beforehand. Okay, so after that, there's just a bunch of things that this guy does. I don't know. So some of this stuff, I don't even know what he's doing, to be honest. But if we go over here, we look at his buys. This was his first buy. Okay, not that bad. 255,000 Pulse liquidity for 223,000 Warren. Okay, that's cool. But then he had to do another buy for 297,000 Warren. Okay, okay, he wanted to do 2, that's fine. But then he does a third one for 2.2 million Warren. It's like, damn, I mean, how greedy do you want to be here? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, how many times do you need to buy in? Just buy in once. And, if you're really in this for the long term, your first buy, you would just burn those tokens. I mean, because you're going to earn off the protocol. So, yeah, and I'll show you what he did with these later. Okay, so that was the first buy. So now let's look more recently here. Okay, because this Pulse Explorer is very wonky. It lets you go to the right, but it doesn't let you go back. So you have to open it in multiple tabs. Like I said, it's pretty tedious to do this. But I want to do this to you guys to show you what's going on. So we can see that this guy transfers a lot of incentive token because they are making bank on all this LP, because all the liquidity that was on Warren was held in this liquidity pair. And that liquidity pair was farming incentive token in the background. So the people that were holding the Warren and everything, they weren't getting any of that. It was the dev that was getting all of that. Okay, not only that, but he was the default referral address. So anybody that bought in from the beginning without a referral, he was getting all those referrals. That's why you see all these LPs he's transferring out. And these are big amounts, guys, I mean, 228,000. Okay, so the way you look at this LP is you take off 2 decimals at the end, and then you double it. So this is about $4,500. Okay, $4,500. So, you do enough of these, it adds up. Okay, it adds up. Not only that, but then he's sending the incentive token. So he's able to claim, as you can see, they're still claiming, because a lot of that LP is still there that they're earning off of, because all of these PulseX LPs that he was getting from the default referral address from everybody using the protocol, he was sending out to PulseX to stake. Okay, and so you can see, I mean, they just claimed 759 incentive tokens 2 hours ago. Okay, you look over here, that equals 2,200 bucks. So they're still making money off our money, guys, and we've been rugged here. Okay, so it just doesn't sit well with me that they're still earning off of our money that is gone. Let's go back over here. And let's go to the other stuff. So you can see this was the last cells. So not too big. This was just a little bit left. 15,000, that's nothing. And this one was 94,000. Okay, so about 100,000 Warren he sold at the very end to get rid of that. But that's not all, guys. We'll go back here. We can see here's another cell 8 days ago. So they obviously made up their mind 8 days ago that they were done with this. Okay, because they started dumping. That's only 17,000. All right, but you can see here's another one, 1.1 million. Okay, here's another one. The other one is 3.4 million. So that's a total of I mean, right there, that's over 4 million. That's 4.5 million. Let's just say 4.6 million if you include the 100,000 that he sold at the very end. So these bonds that he put in from the very beginning, they matured at this date, as you can see, January 24th. Warren launched December 15th. So that's exactly 40 days after. So he had no intention of keeping this for the long term. Okay, if you had good intentions for the community and for this project, when these bonds came due, you would rebond it, or burn it, or whatever, or give it to the community, or airdrop it, or whatever. But no, they were looking to cash out. And see, this is when they made the decision, guys. 8 days ago is when they decided to pull the plug. And they let the team know, because I looked at these other transactions, okay, for the people that he's sending these incentive tokens to, everything else. They all knew right at this mark, this is when you just start selling. And they were just selling like crazy. And after that, that's what caused liquidity to drain out. Because, I mean, selling 4 million Warren at it was like 2.5 or around there. You know, that's 100 grand. So that's 100 grand that they pulled, that the dev pulled out of here just from the Warren tokens, not including all the incentive token rewards that they're gaining from farming, not even including the PulseX LP pair that they're getting from being the default referral address for everybody on this protocol. So they're just making countless money, guys. This just shows that, you know, in these protocols, the devs always win. Just like in Vegas, where the house always wins, in these type of DeFi protocols, the dev always wins. Okay, and it's hard to overcome that, especially when you have a greedy dev like this, who is literally just using this as his own personal ATM machine. Okay, and just all his goal is to grow his yield farming as big as possible and make as much money as he can. So pretty sad to see, guys. Okay, now let's go over here. I want to show you this one. This was that one contract I showed you that I wasn't really sure what it was. This one here, he made before the Warren protocol. Now, go over here. This contract really didn't do much. It had one transaction, but it's showing a bunch of different internal transactions. All happened 2 days ago. Now, a lot of these transactions did actually fail. Now, this one I think went through. All right, here we go. So a lot of those transactions actually failed, but a few of them did go through. Now, this is saying it's a sell, but they're not really getting much back, so this isn't really that bad. But what do we see here, guys? 385 billion Warren in the Uniswap pair. Now, this could be at the very end, because this was right, I think, at the end when it finally drained out. So maybe because everybody was selling their Warren, this is what ended up in the Warren pair at the end. But that's a damn a lot of Warren, guys. Just I'm going to look at, because they didn't actually get anything off of this, as you can see. Okay, nothing really came out as far as money on the back end, so I don't even know what this did. Okay, but just staggering number of Warren. That's what caught my eye. Just staggering number of Warren. I don't know where all this came from. If that was all in the liquidity pair, like I said, because of the way it was draining, it was just a lot more Warren that people were selling, or I don't even know exactly, guys, but a lot of shadiness went on here with this protocol that I wasn't aware of, and it's just a big eye-opener for me to be more diligent and actually look into these devs and see what they're doing, because if I would have seen this guy was selling, you know, his Warren 8 days ago, you know, most of the big amounts, I would have been selling them myself. And that's probably what happened, because there's a lot of people that are smart investors, big investors, and they look into this stuff. They probably saw 8 days ago this guy was started selling, the founder of Warren here, and that's probably what caused it to start the downward spiral. That's kind of when I noticed the liquidity dipped. This was probably right at the peak when it was like 1.8 million, and ever since then it just has been going down. And it was basically a 5-day period, and then it was done. So yeah, big eye-opener for me, big learning lesson here, that if I am going to get into these protocols, I need to be tracking the dev's wallet at all times, because this will be a key indicator as to what I should do as an investor, right? And you can see, I mean, now when I see all these transfers, incentive token, this is going to the team, is what I think. Because why would you do, look at this, 6 different transactions? So that's about right, because I think that's about their team here. So each one of these is different amounts. You know, this is 1,000 incentive token. So you can go and you can track some of these other wallets and, you know, find some other interesting stuff here. You know, these guys all started selling. I mean, look at this. Sell. You know, and some of these, maybe it's the dev having multiple accounts. We don't know that. If these are actually real other people, this could be the dev just having multiple accounts. We don't know how many accounts he has. So, yeah, guys, big time eye-opener for me. I will not be getting into the layer 2 here that they're going to have, because I just don't trust the creator of this or the team, as a matter of fact, because they either don't know what the dev was doing or they tried to hide it because they're making a shit ton of money. All right, so money guys can corrupt people to do certain things. And if they're on the team here, they might be an honest person, but you know what, if they're making a shit ton of money from this, they're going to keep quiet and let this thing make money for them. So no matter what they do to layer 2, there needs to be, number one, the whale restrictions like drip. That's what was really great about drip, is they had those whale taxes, those whale restrictions in that contract. This had none of that, guys. So it was very easy for people to drain this, and it just sucks because they're making money off our money, but they're not giving us any of it. They're just keeping it all for themselves. Plus, not only that, but they sold a shit ton of their own bonds that they made. They didn't even stake them. Okay? So that just kind of rubs me the wrong way. And so because of that, I'm done with the Warren protocol and any type of protocols like this in general. I will not be getting into these anymore. After Carol, after Warren, it's shown to me that these protocols cannot be sustainable no matter how they set this up. No matter what tweaks they do. Like I said, the devs always win. They are the house in Vegas. They make sure they win, and then everybody else, depends how they do it. Maybe they give you a little bit of chance here to make some money back. Did people make money in Warren? Absolutely. I showed you in my one video. 7 days in, I did a stake, and I let that stake build up, and I was able to sell at the end for a 3x. If you had followed that strategy, you could have done the same thing. But that doesn't mean I'm happy about it, because I don't want to be involved with something like this to where it's the dev's personal little ATM machine, and these guys just find all these ways to make money off of you and let it run until they decide to pull the plug, and you have no recourse. You have nothing to do with this. And yeah, I'm just done with that type of a protocol, guys. I want to be in something that is actually in it for the people, and in it for the people to make money and not just worried about making their own money. So guys, that's really it. Obviously, there's much more to dive into here on the blockchain, but I only have so much time to do these things. And if you guys want to do your own research, I'll leave the link to the dev's wallet in the description, and you guys can do your own deeper dive into it. I'm sure that they have a great explanation in the Telegram for all these things that I'm saying in here, and they all have a reason and reason why they did it and this and that. But at the end of the day, they pulled massive amount of money off of this. And as an investor, we were lucky if we were able to get some. So guys, that's it for the Warren. This will be my last video on Warren. There's really nothing else to talk about with this. Gonna move on to better things that actually can make us money, like doing some airdrops, some other things like Sleddy. We'll be back here, guys. If you lost money in this, you'll make it back. You will make it back. That's the way the world works, especially crypto, is when you lose money, it finds a way to make it back to you somehow. And I've learned that myself with this. So just don't risk more than you can afford to lose with these things, and be smart. And you'll make it back. You'll make it back. I know you will. I know I will. And we all can make some money in the future. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe for more. Be sure to make some great videos for you guys in the future. And until the next time we will talk again, take care and take charge. Creative Crypto, out.